Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
I'm Tom.
Hey, it's TOEIC, and we're on day 2. We started out on day 1 talking about scoring big with Black Friday shopping or just getting really good bargains or discounts on special holidays. In Taiwan, of course, we have Singles Day, which occurs on November 11th. For people who aren't currently dating or that don't have a partner, that would be your day to get really good bargains. I'm not sure, honestly, Tom, how you'd prove that you were single if you wanted to buy something online. It doesn't say on our ID that we're single or married, does it? I don't think so.
Well, I think they'll sell anything to anybody at any price, so they don't really care if you're single or married or divorced or even dead. They just want to sell you something.
They just want to sell.
And remember, last time we had a conversation between Tiffany and Cedric, and they were talking about special deals online and where to order stuff and why it's better to order from certain platforms like Amazon than it is to order from other platforms that you've never heard of before.
Right.
And today, of course, we've got some advice for you. It's kind of like a flyer, a little bit of information for consumers so that they know how to make wise decisions when they make purchases, especially online. And we've got some vital tips for you to note or to remember so that you won't get cheated or scammed, and you can actually get some pretty good buys from the internet or from brick-and-mortar stores, for that matter.
You really can. You just have to keep your eyes peeled or open for some of those good bargains. Right now, we're going to listen to our lesson read through, and then we'll be back.
Dear shoppers, welcome to November, a time known for shopping. We recognize that many of you, having exhausted the possibilities of local platforms like Shopee and PC Home, yearn for a fresh retail experience. With Black Friday approaching, we've assembled this guide to elevate your global e-commerce journey. Prepare your devices and credit cards, and let's explore further. Here are some vital tips to note. In Taiwan, failing to perform real name verification through the EasyWay app could halt your overseas package at customs. Ensure that you complete this step to receive your items. Opt for well-established platforms like Amazon and eBay. Notably, Amazon boasts an excellent return policy and after-sales service. Maintain multiple email addresses to sign up for websites and aim for complex passwords. This approach strengthens your account security, protecting you from potential internet fraud or scams. Examine product reviews diligently before placing an order. Avoid purchasing items from obscure sources, as dealing with international fraud can be troublesome. Anticipate customs duties. Packages with a total value less than 2,000 NT dollars are exempt from duty, but each individual is only entitled to 6 duty-free purchases every 6 months. Smart shopping can help you avoid additional payments. If you're curious about the tariff calculations, you can consult Taiwan's government website or connect with our team for free guidance. We're always ready to answer your questions. Feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Happy international shopping!
Okay, guys, Tom just finished reading through this particular flyer. I'm just kind of picturing, someone on the street handing these out, trying to get people to come in and make some purchases. So, welcome to November. November is a really good time for shopping. Typically, in Western countries, because Christmas is coming around the corner. So you kind of don't want to wait till the last minute, although a lot of the best bargains happen that final week or early, but not in the middle. So welcome to November. It's a good time to shop because of the discounts that you might be able to take advantage of. It says here, we recognize that many of you, having exhausted the possibilities of local platforms like Shopee and PC Home. I used to call this PC Chrome. I was totally not reading it. PC Home is really great, especially for electronics. Shopee has everything. You might yearn or really desire a fresh retail experience. They're trying to get you to try something new here if you exhaust the possibilities of something, you use it up. If you are very tired, you'll often say, I'm exhausted. You have no energy left. But here, you've run out of all the possibilities, or you've tried them already and they just haven't been what you want, or you're looking for something brand new. Here we're using that verb to yearn. If you yearn for something, you desire something very strongly.
You do. So again, you've exhausted all the possibilities. You've tried everything. You've tried Shopee. You've tried PC Home. And yes, you really want to try a fresh retail experience, a shopping experience. And with Black Friday approaching, we've assembled this guide. We've put together this guide for you to elevate your global e-commerce journey. So, of course, we're elevating your journey. We're improving it. We're helping you have a smoother experience and get some better deals by using these tips here. And yes, it will elevate your global e-commerce journey. Of course, if you buy things online or on the internet, we call it e-commerce. Of course, the E stands for electronic, just like email.
Right. So we've got Black Friday approaching, which is that Friday after Thanksgiving. We didn't mention this on day one. I have members in my family that will literally stay awake all night after Thanksgiving, which is Thursday, and then go and stand in lines around midnight,
Oh, no.
you know, and they're there in the front because they only have a few products that have the very lowest prices. So you've got to be at the front of the line to dash in and prepare to defend yourselves because people fight over these things. But you'll get great bargains, but only a few of the products will have the lowest prices. So yeah, Black Friday is kind of crazy. I refuse to do that. It's awful. They stay awake all night, then shop for a couple hours in the morning and then go home and go to sleep on Friday. So Black Friday is crazy. It's approaching, it says, and we've assembled this guide. So this is kind of a how-to elevate or lift up or get better at something. If you elevate your performance, you're improving it. You're getting better at it. And here we're talking about e-commerce and your journey to buy things online or on any social media platform. You're online when you do that. So you want to prepare your devices and credit cards and get ready. So here, devices probably just refer to your computer, your smartphone. Is there anything else?
Your tablet.
Tablet, I guess tablet. Tablet, computer, you want to get those things ready. And of course, if you buy things online, most likely you're going to need to use cash or actually credit cards unless Shopee has an option where it's delivered to like a convenience store like 7-Eleven or Family Mart, and you go to pick it up and that's where you pay. That's when you pay. That's also a possibility.
Well, Shopee has their own stores all over the place, so nowadays that's where you go to pick up your item.
I saw one the other day, yeah.
Oh, they're all over the place. But again, we're talking about some special deals for Black Friday. I did want to mention that I have never experienced Black Friday before because I'm from a really small town that only had like 1 or 2 stores where you could do shopping for Christmas. So we usually had to drive like down to Des Moines or up to Mankato or places like that to find things to buy. But yeah, I just saw this on the news of Black Friday, and we did our Christmas shopping in other places, as I said. But some people do have to deal with this, and they want to find some bargains online. And again, we've got some advice for you. So here are some vital tips to note. Here are some important pieces of information that you should remember. The first bullet point here is in Taiwan, failing to perform real name verification through the Easy Way app could halt your overseas package at customs. Ensure that you complete this step to receive your items. Now, yes, indeed, I haven't ordered anything yet through this app, but yeah, you do need to download this app to your phone, and that will help the process of getting some kind of package to you if you order from overseas. And yes, if you don't use this app, then your overseas package might get stuck at customs. Custom, of course, is the government agency that checks all incoming packages to make sure nothing dangerous is in there or anything illegal is not in there. And so, yes, your package might get stuck there, and it will be very difficult to get that package delivered without the Easy Way app.
I have Easy Way app because I order online a lot, especially from overseas. If you don't have the Easy Way app and the real name verification, which means you have to input your ID card. For foreigners, they have to have your phone number. They have a lot of things they need from you. If you do that, then it can make the delivery smoother, but there are still some delivery companies. We have hundreds of delivery companies in Taiwan. There's still some companies who don't use the Easy Way app. And so what happens is then you'll get an email from a company. It's usually the delivery company. They'll want you to fill out the form the old way that we used to have to do and then send that back to them. And it just takes like 3 weeks longer. It's just a mess. So if you can get the Easy Way app on your phone installed and do the real name verification just means you prove that something is true. Then it makes it easier if you order from overseas. And as Tom said, customs, they won't check every package, just FYI. They'll check some of them or some that look a little fishy. Fishy means suspect, or maybe you're buying things you're not supposed to. Sometimes they'll open up your packages. Not everything is opened up before it's delivered here to me, but most of it is, yeah. You have to make sure or ensure that you complete this step. The real name verification is a big deal. Now, what's the second bullet point, Tom?
Here's the second bullet point. Opt for well-established platforms like Amazon and eBay. So remember, opt for means you choose this. You make this decision and you choose Amazon or eBay because they are well-established platforms. They've been around for quite some time, and you can probably trust them. Notably, to point out here, Amazon boasts an excellent return policy and after-sales service. So notably means it's something you should pay attention to. You should realize, you should remember that Amazon has this particular service. They have a good return policy, and they also have good after-sales service. So if you have some problems with your package or whatever, you should be able to correct that problem quickly if you use the Amazon platform.
Yeah, but I can say from using both of these, eBay used to be great, but now they have something called global tracking, where they automatically charge any overseas shipments and this extra fee to track the package. But Taiwan is great. You guys never lose any of our packages. I've never had anything get lost. Now, a package can get lost in the U.S. easily, but not here. You guys are really good. So I hate paying that extra fee, but most sellers won't even do business with you if you don't agree to do the global tracking, which costs like at least 1,000 NT more.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, just FYI. Now, third bullet point is to maintain multiple email addresses to sign up for websites. Aim for complex or complex, I would say complex in this case, passwords. Don't make your password easy to figure out, guys. And definitely don't use PASSWORD. It's stupid.
Dumb, stupid, insane. And yes, indeed, you should mix up different symbols, numbers, uppercase, lowercase, asterisk, or whatever. Mix it all up so these passwords cannot be broken. They cannot be hacked. And this approach strengthens your account security, protecting you from potential internet fraud or scams. Fraud, of course, is cheating people out of their money. And, of course, scams, of course, are similar. That's when somebody calls you up and says, oh, I've got your daughter here. You got to pay this ransom. Or, gee, there's something wrong with your bank account. You have to give us the account number so we can correct that. That, of course, is a scam. Hang up the phone immediately.
And a fraud would just be perhaps selling you goods that aren't real. They're fake, especially if you're buying very expensive brand names. Be careful for fraud. Now, the next one is to examine product reviews diligently. You can look at the reviews that purchasers have left behind. They'll use stars, and sometimes they'll often actually write a paragraph or two about their experience. I always read those. Avoid purchasing items from obscure sources. If something's obscure, it's not clear. So you could say that someone had told you how to do something, but their meaning was obscure. It wasn't clear to you. Maybe they just were trying to explain something, but it wasn't clear what they were actually saying. It could be obscure. Obscure sources means we're not really sure where these things came from. Oftentimes, especially on Amazon, they'll say that a product was made in America, but it turns out it was actually made in China. Those sorts of things are considered to be fraud. You need to be honest about where the product was made and who's making it, who's shipping it, and things like that.
Yes, and international fraud can be troublesome. It's difficult to correct the problem. Here's the next bullet point. Anticipate customs duties. You could expect those, of course, if a product is coming from overseas. You should expect to pay a little extra for duties. And packages with a total value less than 2,000 NT dollars are exempt from duty or tax or tariff, you could also say. But each individual is only entitled to 6 duty-free purchases every 6 months. So those are some of the limitations here. If you buy something that is not valued at over 2,000 NT dollars, then you don't have to pay a duty or a tax. But you can only do this 6 times within a 6-month period. If you do it more than that, then you're probably going to have to pay extra money.
Well, look at this right here. They're telling us they're tracking everything we buy. I don't like that. Yeah, this is true. If you buy things that are under 2,000 NT, you don't get charged extra for duty. You do have to pay for shipping, which is usually more expensive. But, for example, iHerb, which people use to buy vitamins on, I always try to keep it under 2,000 so I don't have to pay customs duties. So, yeah, be careful with that. They do give you 6 duty-free purchases every 6 months. Most people don't buy more than that. Sometimes I do. It depends. Smart shopping can help you avoid additional payments. Yeah, the problem with smart shopping is it takes time. So if you're in a hurry, you'll often end up paying more than you want to. So if you need something, try in advance to start looking around. And don't wait until the last minute because you'll often have to pay more.
Right. Of course, buying things from overseas is a concern mostly for foreigners who live in Taiwan. I think people here in Taiwan generally can get what they want ordering locally. But in case you want to get something from overseas, these are some points to consider.
Yeah.
So if you're curious about the tariff calculations, you can consult Taiwan's government website or connect with our team for free guidance. So here we've got the word tariff, which can also be expressed as duty or tax. And a calculation is just a mathematical calculation, a mathematical process in which you determine the value of something. So yes, indeed, you want to know how much duty you're supposed to pay based on what you're buying and how much it's valued at. So yes, you could find some sort of chart that will tell you how much you need to pay in tariffs or in duties. And if you have such questions, you can consult the government website or connect with us, the people who wrote this flyer, because we'll give you free guidance, we'll give you free information.
I don't mind the tariffs. I mean, a country charges tariffs to protect their own sellers here in Taiwan, and I appreciate that. They do have different fees for different products. If you buy shoes overseas and have them sent here, the tariff is much higher than, say, if you buy a shirt or a pair of pants. I don't know. I once called up your government to talk about this with them. And I said I'd bought these shoes from America. They charge higher tariffs if they come from China, which is interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, do the best you can. Just be prepared to pay quite a bit extra. And they're doing that because a lot of these items now can be bought here in Taiwan. You don't have to buy overseas, which is nice.
I used to have that problem because I'm a fairly large person. I had difficulty finding my size in shoes and shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But hey, there are lots of local people here in Taiwan who are taller and bigger than I am. So, of course, these items are more easy to find nowadays. You just have to know where to look to find like size 12 shoes or XXL size shirt or something like that. It's possible, so I don't need to order from overseas so much. So we're always ready to answer your questions. Feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Happy international shopping! So we wish you the best of luck with this, and hopefully some of this information will prove to be useful to you.
It sure will. Well, right now, we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher for a couple of minutes, and then we'll be back to kind of discuss these questions here at the end of the unit. And you can then decide whether you're going to buy overseas or not. We'll be right back.
听众朋友大家好，我是安娜。我们昨天带大家看到啊，这个11月光棍节啦，或什么黑色星期五啊，买东西有很多的优惠耶。可是昨天其实也有提到，有时候我们也可以直接从海外的，那像 Amazon 啊这种很大的平台，然后呢可以团购免运费，也可以买一些有时候真的是折扣更多，甚至是台湾买不到的东西。所以今天我们要提供大家，如果真的你要团购或者是海外购物的话，有没有一些小秘诀或者是要注意的事情呢？好，我们来看一下这样子的一个公告啊，通常会怎么写？它有一点像是书信啊，所以一开始还是会有一个称谓。所以我们要买东西的人就会被称为 shoppers。 好，在称谓之后当然就是有一个欢迎啊，欢迎来到11月啦。我们都知道11月就要购物啦，不管是百货公司啦，或者是什么光棍节啊之类的。那大部分人都还是会习惯在像虾皮啊，或者是 PC Home 啊 Momo 之类的。在这里一开始第一段的第二句，我们可以注意一下，其实这里有一个简化的关系子句哦。句子是 We recognize， 我们都知道 that many of you， 先行词是你们，也就是读者，我们这些购物，很多人 many of you， 逗点之后，这里的 having 本来应该是 who have， 用这个补充说明，我们都知道啊，很多人，也就是呢，我们其实都已经觉得这些平台好像买东西买得很烦了，都发挥得淋漓尽致了。逗点之后的 yearn for something 才出现动词哦。这个 yearn for something 就是渴望一个东西，所以我们很多人买得很习惯，就想说，来换换新的平台啊，买不一样的东西。好，所以这里有个关系子句的简化，真正的动词是逗点后面的 yearn for something。那接下来也提醒大家，就是因为黑色星期五也快要到啦，然后这个光棍节也快要到了，所以第三句这里的 with 其实它有一种随着因为表原因，因为黑色星期五这个节日的来临，不过因为 with 是介系词嘛，所以后面的来临来这个动词就不可以用动词咯，就必须要用动词 ing。 With Black Friday approaching，现在呢，我们就整理好了这个 guide， 这个指南，希望大家在全球 e-commerce 全球电子商务的这种购物的情况之下，能够提升一下这样子的这个我们的旅游的品质，其实是购物的品质。不过同样在这句我们看一下动词的 elevate， E-L-E-V-A-T-E， 这个 elevate 如果把后面的 e 删掉变成 or 的话， elevator 就是我们所做的上下直升的那种电梯。那另外一个字跟它很像，叫做 escalate， E-S-C-A-L-A-T-E。 escalate 呢则有缓慢往上的意思，其实它就是我们在捷运啊，或者是地铁啦，甚至是百货公司做的手扶电梯。escalator 去 e 加上 or， 所以这两个动词其实也有不同的概念。像我们看到句子当中的 elevate 就有直线往上加速很快的意思，而 escalate 就有缓慢上升的意思。好，所以我们现在要来进一步的看看，到底如果我们今天要做一个海外购物的话，要注意一些什么样的事情呢？ 接下来就提供很多的 tips 是很重要的哦。英文当中重要这件事情啊，所谓的形容词除了 important 之外，还可以用 vital 这个形容词。像接下来我们列到的这一些啊，要注意的事项用的就是 vital tips。因为 vital 的重要有时候无关于价值，但是如果没有注意到，可能会影响很大，或者是影响生命哦。像是我们的 vital signs 就是生命的重要迹象，比如说血压啦，这个心跳啊等等，这就是我们的 vital signs。 好，所以看到这有多重要呢？有5点。第一点，在台湾的话一定要先通过 Easy Way 这种应用程式的实名认证，不然有可能你海外的包裹在进来台湾的时候，在海关就被拦截咯，所以一定要完成实名认证这件事情。不过我们在第一点这里啊，看到 in Taiwan 逗点后面的 failing to do something指的是没有办法做到这一件事，它在这里是当成句子的主词哦，在这里是主词，它正下方的 halt 才是它的句子的动词，而 halt 就是 stop 就是停止的意思。同样在这里第一句的地方最后一个字的 customs 在这里是海关，海关就要检查货物啊，需不需要有税啊，是不是有安全或者是不安全的东西不该进来，这叫做海关。因为我们的 customs and traditions 通常指的就是风俗习惯，不过在这里真的就是拼字相同，它是海关的意思，所以确保 ensure 接下来第二句第一个单字祈使句 ensure something，一定要确定后面这件事情发生了，一定要确保完成实名制咯。接下来我们就看第二点，就是你的购物平台的选择，原则上啊，还是要选择大一点，像 Amazon 啊、eBay 这样比较知名的，这样子在退货啊，或者是一些售后服务才会比较有保障。那我们在第二点就特别注意一下，第一句这个动词原形开头 opt for something， 它同时也出现在我们昨天的对话当中哦，就是选择什么什么。而第二句一开始的这个副词啊，我们也可以把它抓出来看。Notably 字面上就是值得注意的，言下之意就是要特别提醒大家 Notably 特别值得一提的是什么什么事情。好，接下来的第三点呢，就有提到你还是要有很多个电子邮件的这个 address 才能够注册网站，而且一定要设好密码哦，要不然有可能会有一些网络的诈骗啦，或者是骗局。我们在第三点特别注意最后面的网络那个诈骗 fraud F-R-A-U-D 这个字一定要会，现在真的诈骗太多了，而且是网络的耶Internet fraud 这种网络诈骗。那后面呢其实也是一种诈骗啦，骗局就是别人设好的一个陷阱啊，骗局本来就可以叫做 scam S-C-A-M scam。好，第四点就是很重要，如果你真的要买一个东西，拜托先看一下评价怎么样，这个评价是别人留的，叫做 review 哦，出现在第四点哦。第三个字 review 这个字 reviews product reviews 是产品的评论，不要以为评论叫做 comments，不是，产品的评论我们通常都会叫做 review， 或是某一个这个网络什么东西啊，下面的大家的留言啊，这个叫做 review。 好，最后面的就是关税了，第五点的关税，关税英文到底怎么讲呢？第五点在第一句 customs duties， 因为在海关这个地方帮你拦下来说，哦，你这个要缴税哦，啊，税呢就是不是那个 tax 了，这个时候的关税啊用 duties。不过呢，当然这个如果说金额很低的话，就不需要缴关税，但是每个人半年也只有6次免关税的这样子的一个权利，所以要聪明的购物才能够帮助你避免额外的支付款项哦。以上是需要特别注意的海外购物小秘诀。我是安娜，我们下次见。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, everybody, it's time for us to ask you some discussion questions, and then we're going to give you some sample answers. Of course, we fully expect you guys to get together in class and ask each other these questions and answer them to the best of your ability. So here's question number 1. Have you ever participated in a Black Friday sale? If yes, share your experience. If not, Would you like to join?
I haven't. When we were really young, there was no Black Friday because Americans would take off Thursday and Friday and just stay at home with their families, eat all that food, and just have a good time watching football games. And then they created this Black Friday that changed everything. Even today, you might not know this, Tom, but in America, they're opening up stores on Thanksgiving now, too.
Oh, my dog.
It's terrible. You don't want to do that. So, no, I don't like to stand in line, and I hate lots of crowds. And I'm not going to fight over a TV because it's got a lower price with someone who could actually beat me up.
Interesting. Yes, this is kind of a new phenomenon, and I've been in Taiwan for many, many years. So I never really saw this. I think it happened after I came to Taiwan.
Yeah, it did.
The answer to this question is no. I have never participated in a Black Friday sale, but I have seen news reports on TV about people fighting for various kinds of toys, especially. I think I remember a news report about the Cabbage Patch Kids. That was a long time ago.
Or Elmo. When Elmo was first being sold, people were, beating each other up over the last Elmo to buy.
Exactly. So some stores did not have enough stock. And, of course, people were fighting over those.
Yeah.
So, yes, indeed, you might want to avoid that if you're living in the United States. Here's question number 2. What factors do you consider when deciding to buy from an online platform and why?
Well, it depends for me. If I'm in a big hurry, I tend to try to find the item here in Taiwan because your delivery is so fast. And it's very reliable, too. If I need something that I can't find in Taiwan, it depends where I'll go. But usually I try to find a good price, but also a website that I can trust that doesn't usually, rip people off. If you rip someone off, you cheat them of their money somehow. What about you, Tom? How do you find websites to buy from? What are the factors that you consider, the reasons?
Well, of course, I need to determine if I really need the item and that I can't find it locally. So then I will have no alternative but to purchase it online. I used to try to order clothing online to get my size, but different companies have different standards for different sizes. So I thought that was a dumb idea. I stopped doing that. And like I said before, I can find my size pretty easily here in Taiwan. You just need to know where to look.
Yeah.
And, of course, another factor would be how reliable that website is. I've ordered from Amazon many times, but I do have to admit that the last time I ordered from Amazon was about 2 years ago, so I don't know what the situation is now.
Yeah, it's changed. It takes longer to get anything, and a lot of their products are sold out, and they don't know when they'll be in stock again. So good luck to all you shoppers out there. We hope you have a great shopping experience. Thanks for joining us. We hope you'll come back soon for English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.